Hello and welcome to OEIncubator Executive Summaries. Following last episode where we covered the book The Age of Cryptocurrency, the book we're looking at today is named Digital Gold by journalist and author Nathaniel. Digital gold is a brilliant source of information and has a lot of detail. We don't have enough time to cover all of its topics, but we were looking at 4 different topics Digital Gold covers well. These are how Bitcoin and the blockchain works, its early popularity spikes, what cryptocurrency can offer us that dollars can't, and finally, Bitcoin in Argentina. It's a pretty interesting story that I had no idea about until now, so let's definitely stay tuned for that one. Let's start where all good things start though, at the beginning. Number 1, how Bitcoin and the blockchain operate. Just like banks have records of where money is currently and what transactions have happened in the past, so does Bitcoin. But the record keeping is vastly different. In a bank, money can't be tracked by the public, and the private records are only available to the bank and the people involved in the transaction. Bitcoins, however, keep their records of trading on the public blockchain. The way a trade actually takes place is by using public key cryptography, and even the most sophisticated computers would struggle to crack them. There are 2 components to this, the public key and the private key. When a trade happens, a public key is recorded on the blockchain where everyone can see the trade has happened. Then, a private key is generated and sent just to the 2 individuals involved in the trade, so only their actual accounts were affected, and the funds transferred between them accordingly. There's no centralized security systems. Security is managed communally. Every single person who has a Bitcoin wallet or mine is currently keeping the market fair and safe, almost like crowdsourcing your cybersecurity. The other huge benefit is that the blockchain is constantly checking and rechecking itself to make sure fraudulent activity is erased extremely quickly. If a Bitcoin appears in 2 places at once, it goes back to the blockchain to verify where the Bitcoin actually is, and then deletes the fraudulent Bitcoin. Even the code that runs Bitcoin is free to the public, and no changes are made until after months of discussion and voting on the Bitcoin forums, which prevents governments or companies attempting to manipulate the code of Bitcoin for their own gains. Number 2, early popularity spikes. We covered the first ever transaction last week where a man paid 10,000 Bitcoin for a pizza, but trading didn't become common until sometime later. Bitcoin's privacy, free market, and easy adoptability saw it make its way into the deep web. Silk Road, one of the most popular trading destinations for illegal goods, was founded in February of 2011, back when Bitcoins were sitting at about $1 each, and were quickly adopted as the go-to currency. Over the course of the next 3 months, the cost of Bitcoin was brought to around $10. Shortly after that, Bitcoin received its first bit of government backlash, when a senator made a move to shut it down. This got public attention, bringing more people to Bitcoin and leading to a massive spike as the price tripled to $30 in only a few days. Also, spoiler alert, the senator did not succeed in shutting down Bitcoin. When Silk Road was shut down in September of 2013, people feared for Bitcoin's future. However, it sat at around 130 in value and continued to show signs of growth, even after losing one of its biggest illegitimate markets. We're halfway through our executive summary. What do you think about Bitcoin in its early days? Are you one of the many that thought about investing years ago and are kicking yourself for not doing it? Let us know in the comments below. Number 3, what money can't do, crypto can. One of the most underrated features of Bitcoin and most cryptocurrencies in general is the transfer speed. We live in a world where you're watching this video potentially in HD and where you can video call your friend in the Philippines and hang out in real time, yet it sometimes takes several days to transfer money from a bank. We accepted this as commonplace for years until our eyes were opened to the power of blockchain. Having a crowdsourced security and record system to prevent fraud on a digital-based currency can allow transfers to be done in less than a second. Next is Bitcoin's digital nature. We're on computers, phones, and the internet a lot more now than we ever have. And digital spending is also at its peak. Bitcoin is the perfect contender to replace our cash-based monetary system. Number 4, Bitcoin in Argentina. Whether you're a very liberal person, an anarchist, or just not a fan of people like this screwing with stuff on a government level, then you hate the constant attempts by governments to control and moderate society. Much of the mistrust in governments stem from companies and corporate entities lobbying with campaigners to get undesirable changes that benefit the company pushed on a government level. A decentralized currency will help take away a lot of that power from the government bodies. It won't solve everything, but it's pretty substantial, liberating money from government control. One of the countries influenced by cryptocurrency the most is Argentina. Argentina has been a victim of financial experiments, inflation, financial crises, and repeated failed attempts at mitigation. The US dollar was artificially inflated by a large mark, and some third-party money exchanges, most notably PayPal, were completely banned. With little power to fight back, heck, they couldn't even afford groceries, the Argentinians turned to Bitcoin. At the second Bitcoin enthusiast meetup in Argentina, the benefits of a trading system beyond their government's control were laid out, and the popularity began to spread. The people of Argentina were able to freely trade outside their own country and not end up losing half their money from government regulations and bank fees. The following year, the Argentine peso's USD price fell by 25%, while the price of Bitcoin rose by over 800%. From its publicly sourced security to its digital nature, its protection of privacy to its ease of adaptation, Bitcoins are currently set up to be more than just a trend for the future. They're set up to become the book's namesake, digital gold. The book goes into much further detail and talks about some other interesting stories and lessons regarding cryptocurrency. To get the book, check the link in the description. To see more of these videos and learn about how you can design your business to grow completely without you, making you financially independent, subscribe to us and turn on notifications, as well as checking out all our offerings at OEIncubator.com. I'm Alfie Coyle. I trust this video has supported your growth, and I wish you much love and success.